The boy whispers 4 words outside the pawn shop. His father's hands go still on the wheelchair handles, and the whole street keeps moving, indifferent, ordinary, completely unaware that something enormous just happened on this pavement. He is 9 years old. He already knows what sacrifice looks like. Leon has been planning this for 3 weeks. The rent notice arrived on a Tuesday. He read it once, folded it carefully, and placed it face down on the kitchen table where Caleb could not see it. Caleb saw it. Children always see the things their fathers turn face down. The wheelchair costs $800 used. It is the last thing of value left in their lives. The television, gone 6 months ago. The watch Leon's own father left him, gone last winter. Everything else already given away quietly, without ceremony, without Caleb being told. The wheelchair is the last. Leon pushes it with both hands steady on the handles. Large hands, rough at the knuckles. The hands of a man who has never once let go of this chair. Not on hills, not in rain. Not on the mornings when his back moves like something cracked, but still standing. Caleb has never once felt him struggle. Caleb draws in his small notebook the whole walk here, the way some people pray, with his whole quiet attention, like it is the most necessary thing. On the side of the wheelchair, fixed with a small piece of masking tape, is a drawing he made months ago. A large stick figure man pushing a small stick figure in a chair. Below it, in careful unsteady letters, U.S. Leon stops the wheelchair in front of the pawn shop window. Used mobility equipment, fair prices. He called ahead. The man inside is expecting him at 5. He stands there for a long moment looking at the display. His hands tighten on the handles, the specific tightening of a man who made a decision 3 weeks ago and is only now discovering that making it and carrying it out are 2 completely different kinds of heavy. Caleb looks up from his notebook. He looks at the pawn shop sign. He looks at the equipment in the window. He looks at his own wheelchair, its worn wheels, its familiar weight, the small U.S. drawing taped to the side. He looks at his father's hands. He reaches back and places his small fingers over Leon's large ones on the handle and whispers 4 words so quiet they barely disturb the air between them. Don't sell it yet. Not don't sell it. Not please keep it. Yet. That one word carries everything. It means, I know it has to go. I know what we owe. I know what you have been carrying alone. I am not asking you to fix this. I am only asking for a little more time. Leon's jaw moves once, then stops. His eyes close for exactly 3 seconds. 40 feet down the street, a man in a charcoal overcoat steps out of a black car. He was on a call. He is always on a call, but something made him look up, through the window, through the traffic, at a man and a boy standing completely still outside a pawn shop. And something he cannot name made him tell his driver to stop. He does not know what he saw. He does not know about the notice folded face down on a kitchen table. He does not know about the television, the watch, the 3 weeks, the 5 o'clock appointment. He does not know what $800 means to a man who has been giving everything away quietly, so that a boy in a wheelchair never feels the weight of it. He only knows that Leon's hands are still, and that they are shaking. The boy asked for something with 1 small word, and it has unmade 3 weeks of a plan Leon has been holding together with nothing but silence. And the man in the charcoal coat is already walking toward them, not knowing why, not knowing what 4 words can do to a father standing outside the last thing. Leon does not go into the pawn shop. He stands at the door for 11 seconds, hand on the handle. Then he turns the wheelchair around. The appointment is rescheduled. 5 p.m. This is not a solution. It is a delay. But Caleb asked for the park first, and Leon has never once said no to the park. Victor follows on foot, alone, no driver, no assistant. Just a man in a charcoal coat, walking 6 blocks behind a father and son because something he cannot name will not let him turn back toward his car. The park is half empty at this hour. Caleb asks to be taken to the bench beside the old oak tree. He has been here before. Many times, Leon can tell from the way Caleb's body settles when they arrive, the small automatic exhale of a person who is exactly where they needed to be. Caleb opens his notebook, but today he draws differently. He is measuring, starting 1 line, pausing, erasing carefully, beginning again. This is not the quick, loose drawing he usually does. This is something planned, something he has been building toward. Leon sits beside him on the bench. He He watches the other boys running across the grass, their loud, ordinary freedom moving through the park like weather. He watches them without bitterness, just a father, present, beside his son. 15 feet away, a well-dressed male sits on a separate bench. His young son runs toward him from the grass, arms up, holding something, trying to show him, trying to be seen. The father waves him away without looking up from his phone. The boy runs back alone across the empty grass. Victor watches this man. Then he reaches into his coat, takes out his own phone. 3 missed calls, his son's name, the calls from last week, the week before that. Victor looks at the name for a long moment, then puts the phone back without pressing anything. Leon looks at his watch. 2:47 p.m. The pawn shop closes at 5. He has 2 hours and 13 minutes left of the only life he has known with this chair. He folds his hands on his knees. He does not look at his watch again. Victor stands. He takes 1 step toward Leon's bench. He has money. He can fix this in 1 phone call. Less than a minute, less than nothing to a man like him. He stops himself. His phone is still warm in his pocket. 3 unanswered calls from his own son. He sits back down. He does not have the right to give anything to anyone right now. Then Leon moves. Quietly, while Caleb is absorbed, while the pencil is moving and the notebook is open, Leon reaches forward and peels the small U.S. drawing from the side of the wheelchair. He handles it the way you handle something that cannot be replaced. Folds it once, then twice. Tucks it inside his chest pocket, over his heart, for safekeeping. Because when the wheelchair is gone tonight, he keeps this. Caleb does not see this. Victor sees all of it. The pencil keeps moving. Slower now, more deliberate. Caleb's dark eyes close briefly as if checking something behind them, then return to the page. The drawing is almost finished. Leon looks at his watch. 4:15 p.m. 45 minutes. Caleb closes his notebook, both hands, slowly. The specific quiet satisfaction of something, completed exactly the way it needed to be. He holds it in his lap for a long moment. His dark eyes move to his father's face, then across the path, directly, calmly, with the uncomplicated clarity of a 9-year-old who sees what adults spend their whole lives learning to hide, to Victor. He does not open the notebook, not yet. Leon has been folding the weight of everything into silence for 3 years. The U.S. drawing is over his heart now. And whatever is in that notebook, whatever Caleb has been finishing in silence for 2 hours, is about to break something open in this park. It is 45 minutes to 5, and Caleb is looking at the man across the path like he already knows something Victor Hale has never told anyone. Caleb didn't wait until they left. Right there on the park bench, he opened his notebook and carefully tore out a page. It was a portrait of Leon, strong, steady, pushing the wheelchair from behind. Every detail had been drawn with the love only a 9-year-old could put into a picture. At the bottom were the words, "The strongest man I know." Leon took the drawing with both hands, as if it were the most valuable thing he had ever held. His jaw tightened, his eyes filled with tears. Across the path, Victor Hale had been watching. After a long moment, he stood and sat on the other end of the bench. Without saying a word, he placed his phone between them. 3 missed calls, all from his son. Caleb looked from the phone to Victor, understanding more than most adults would. The park fell silent. A single leaf drifted down and landed between the drawing and the phone. Victor stood and made a few quiet calls. Within minutes, rent was covered, medical support arranged, and help was on the way. Then he sat back down and looked again at his son's missed calls. Leon pulled a folded drawing from his pocket, the old picture Caleb had made of the 2 of them together. He smoothed it carefully and placed it over his heart. Victor watched. Then Caleb started drawing again. A minute later, he tore out another page and handed it to Victor. On it was a simple stick figure, sitting alone on a bench, holding a phone. Above it, written in a child's shaky handwriting, "Call him." Victor stared at the drawing, then he pressed the call button. As the sun painted the park in warm golden light, Leon slowly wheeled Caleb down the path. At the far bend, Caleb looked back and waved. Victor raised his hand in return. Then a voice answered on the other end of the phone. Victor closed his eyes. Because sometimes the richest man isn't the one who has the most. It's the one who stays when everyone else leaves.